Hi, my name is Syed Khunmir Azmi, and today I am going to explain a project on exploratory data analysis on retail superstore dataset. So what do you mean by data analysis? Data analysis is the process of cleaning, analyzing, interpreting, transforming, and visualizing data to discover valuable insights which can be used to solve any sort of business problems. So let's get started with the project. So first things first, I will be using Pandas for data cleaning and analysis, whereas for interpretation, transformation, and visualization of data, I will be using Power BI along with Power Query. So let's get started with the project. I'm importing Pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib packages. So let's run that cell. This is how I load the dataset into Pandas and store it into a data frame. This is the basic object of the Pandas. Let's load. Okay. Let me give you a basic understanding of the dataset, like what are the column names present in the dataset, understanding the meaning of the data by fetching the top and bottom 5 rows of the dataset, how many rows and columns are present in the dataset, and some statistical measures. So in order to find the columns present in the dataset, we use this command. So in order to fetch the top 5 rows present in the data frame, we use a head command and we pass the desired number of rows which we want to fetch here. Same for tail, it fetches the bottom 5 rows of the present in the data frame. And in order to find the number of rows and columns present in the data frame, we use df.shape. So basically there are 9,994 rows along with 13 columns. Then check check for duplicates. So basically here I'm starting the process of data cleaning. So first I am checking for how many duplicates are present in the data set. So for that, I use this duplicated function along with sum in order to sum the all the duplicate values, whether if they are present in data frame. There are around 17 duplicates present. In order to remove it, I use the drop duplicates function. Duplicates will be dropped. Now let's check whether the rows are becoming less or not. There are 9,977 rows along with 13 columns. In order to give the overview of the data, overview of the columns, like whether there are null values present in the data frame and what are their types, how many rows are present in the data frame. If there are null values present in the present in any column, we can identify it by using df.info function. When we run it, we get non-null. These are the non-null. All of the features that is columns have values. No column has null values, and we get the data type object. These are our object. This is integer, and these are float. Statistical analysis and quantitative column. Quantitative column here I'm referring to the integer, float data type. These are the columns which are quantitative in nature. Okay, so for such kind of columns, we can derive statistical measures like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, 25%, 50%, 70% quartile. We can calculate that. So look, for the quantitative columns, Pandas has calculated the basic statistical measures. And the step 5 is check for missing values. We use isNet along with sum. Let's check. But our dataset does not have any null values, missing values. Look, I want to drop an irrelevant feature like a postal code. It is not required for the data analysis. So I would like to drop that feature. That feature will be dropped. Let's start with the basic analysis using Pandas. Let me check what is the highest sales. Highest sales is this. Okay. Let me check which city has the highest sales. Jacksonville has the highest sales. You can see over here. It is same as this. Okay. Let us start with the first question. what is the highest profit earned by each segment, and for that I'm using pivot table. It is same like we have used in the Excel. In the index we specify the row labels. In row I'm specifying segment, and in the values I'm specifying values, profit, and in the aggregate function I'm fetching the maximum value, and the maximum value I'm fetching using the numpy. Max is the numpy variable, so I'm using np.max. Let's run it. We get the same structure as we would get in the Excel in the form of pivot table. Which segment has highest profit? Okay, you can see from here we are first arranging the data in the form of pivot table, and from that we are extracting more granular data. This is how that's the power of Pandas. We are extracting the more and more granular information from the data frame. Let's visualize it using a basic pie chart. Have a look here. These are the percentage. 41 for the from the above pie chart. We can depict the profit generated in terms of total percentage. Like in terms of 100 percentage, what is the contribution of each segment in the profit? The corporate segment holds the highest position by earning 44.1% of total profits. Consumer segment is second by contributing 35.3% of total profits. And the home segment has the lowest percentage in generating the profit. Let's move on to our next question. What is the highest sales generated by each segment? So here also I'm using pivot table, same like before. I will be getting sales, maximum sales generated by each segment. So basically I'm calculating like above, which segment has highest sales. Home offices has the highest sales. Let's visualize it using a pie chart. Basic visualization using matplotlib. So you can see here home offices has the highest position in sales, second is corporate, and the third one is consumer segment. So in order to save the data frame to the CSV, I will be using two CSV function. The data frame will be stored in the form of CSV file. So let's now move to the next phase of data analysis, where we will be doing interpretation, transformation and visualization of data. I have used Power BI because it has simple and best visual tools. So let's move to our next phase of data analysis. So basically I have created 6 visual reports independently, followed by a dashboard. So let's start with our city visual report. The visual on the left depicts the top 5 cities which have generated highest sales, and New York has the highest position, that is, it is the top position among all the cities. The visual on the right displays the bottom 5 cities which has earned very less amount of sales, and Abilene is the city which has the lowest sales when compared to all the cities. The bottom 5 cities have generated very minimal amount of sales, and this should be taken into study as why our company is facing an issue in those cities, and should be come up with a wholesale or discount strategy in order to cover up, or in order to increase our sales in those cities. We have to come up with some or the other strategy. So here, this is a basic bar chart, and here I have used a matrix which has the cities for the convenience. Like if you click on New York, you will be getting all the details. Okay, this is how you can extract the more granular information. I have used a conditional formatting tool here. Like if the sales are greater than $50, there will be green font for the values, and if there are less than 50, there will be red font. The values will be displayed with red font. Same for the profit margin. If the profit is greater than profit margin, profit ratio is greater than 10%, there will be green values will be in green color, percentage value. Otherwise, the negative, if the value is negative, and even if the value is less than 10%, it will be displayed in red font. Okay. So let's move to the category report. This visual report summarizes the sales by category along with profit ratio. We can understand the sales are highest in technology. Okay, the sales are highest in technology with the profit margin of 17%. And one thing to notice here is, even though the sales of office supplies is comparatively low when compared to this technology and furniture, it is competing the technology which has the highest sales and the highest profit ratio. The technology has 17% of profit ratio, and the office supply being having low sales when compared to technology, it is competing the technology here in terms of profit ratio. You can slice and dice here. Like if you want to compare furniture with technology or office supplies with technology, you can slice and dice and extract all the information you want. Here also, if the sales are greater than $500,000, you there will be the values will be in green. Otherwise, it will be in red. Same stands for profit ratio. If the profit percentage is less than 10%, it will be in red font. Otherwise, it will be in green font. Let's move to our segment report. The visual on the left depicts the sales earned in each segment in terms of percentage of total. And consumer holds the highest position here by generating around 50.56% of total sales. The visual on the right displays the profit raised in each segment in terms of percentage of total. And even here, consumer holds the top position by contributing around 46.83% of total profits. And one thing to notice here is, even even though one thing to notice here is the home offices segment, the red one, this red one is home offices. The home office segment has the lowest percentage both in terms of sales and profits. This should be taken into study, like why there are low percentage of sales and low percentage of profits. This should be taken into consideration. Okay, so let's move to our next visual report, which is discount. This visual sheet displays the top 10 cities with the highest discount rate along with its map visualization. You can see the cities with the bubbles here. Okay, the larger the bubble, the higher are the sales, the higher are the discount rate. Okay, so here also I have used conditional formatting for the values. If if the value is high, it will be in green, as and gradually when the value becomes low, it will be turned into the color red. Okay, it will be, you can observe here. Okay, the higher the value, it will be in green, and gradually it becomes red as it becomes low. And the you these are the cities, top 10 cities with high discount rate. And heading to our discount by segment, we understand consumer segment has the highest position with the highest discount rate, which is 52.59% here. Okay, when compared to corporate and home offices, corporate has the second position with 30.61%, as well, and the home offices has the lower has the last position with just 16.80% of total discount rate. Okay, let's move to our subcategory report. The visual on the left depicts the subcategories which have generated the highest sales and profits. The phone subcategory has generated the highest sales, and copiers holds the highest position when it comes to profit, being having the lower sales. Copiers here has the lowest sale. It has the second position in terms of sales, but despite of that, it has generated the highest profit than phones. Okay, the visual on the right depicts the subcategories which have generated either less profit or loss or have undergone losses. Supplies and fasteners have very low sales, and when you come to these tables, bookcases, supplies, fasteners, this subcategory should be taking utmost care because they are undergoing losses, and they are even generating negative profits. Tables are generating basically very high amount of negative profits. This should be taken into study. Let's move to our next visual, which is shift mode. Okay, you can even slice and dice here when you if you want to compare two or more visuals, you can do that. Two or more ship modes, you can even do that. The visual sheet, this visual report summarizes the profit earned from each ship mode. This visual and the sales generated by each ship mode, and this is for profit ratio, and the profit ratio in a given ship mode, and the discount rate which was offered in each ship mode. You can check that. Okay, by clicking on that slicing and dicing, you can check that. Here I am checking for standard class, which has 61.18% of total discount rate, and the same day kind of you can get all the details here. These are the KPIs which I have used here, and when you click on this one as well, you can see the KPIs are changing. All right, towards our dashboard. The Power BI dashboard is a single page, and it is often called as canvas, that uses simple visualization to tell a story. Okay, these visuals are derived from our previous visual reports. Simple form of visuals we take from our visual reports and place them into our dashboard, because dashboards are used by the business individuals on daily basis. So it should have simple visualizations. It should have simple visualization along with KPIs, relevant KPIs, and there should be no slicing and dicing here. You cannot use slicers here. You can use slicers in our visual reports, but it is not a good practice to have slicers over here. Okay, because it is dashboard, it is used on daily basis. So for extracting the basic understanding about how the business is going through, what are the business problems, we use dashboard. Okay, so let me explain you this. I will choose 6 cities at random. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. I have also used conditional formatting here. If the sales are greater than $50,000, it will be in green font, otherwise it will be in red font. Same goes for profit ratio. If it is greater than 10%, it will be in green font, otherwise it will be in red font. Okay, so I have used even maps here, map visualization, which is connected to the sales by cities. Okay, the larger the circle and the greener and the bluer the circle, it has the highest sales. As you can see, New York City has the highest sales, so the circle is bigger bubble is bigger, and as well as it is in blue color. And gradually when the sales become low, the size of bubble becomes small, as well as the color of bubble changes from blue to red. Okay, you can see here the size has been decreased of the bubble, as well as it has become red. And when you want to verify the sales by category, you can even do that here. Like you want to verify what are the sales our company has been generating in terms of technology and in furniture. What are the profit ratios? Look here, furniture has the negative, has very less profit ratio, so we can identify here. And the sales versus profit by subcategory, these are the subcategories and these are the total sales. I have also used here conditional formatting, field formatting. This is the field formatting in terms of bar. You can analyze here easily from here. Okay, and for negative, we have red. It makes things simpler, simple visualization to understand the basic problems on daily basis. We include such kind of visuals in our dashboard. These are top 5 cities by sales. You can, if you want to keep an eye on top 5 cities which are generating highest sales, you can even do that. Like you want to analyze the your company's business in the top 2 cities like New York City and Los Angeles, you can even do that. Okay, this is all you do. And if you want to even include San Francisco, you can even do that. And this is and the next visual is sales by category for selected cities. New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco has around $216,000 of sales in technology category. Okay, and in terms of furniture, this is the amount of sales. You can even check here the total sales together they are generating, and the profit ratio what your company is getting from this top 3 cities. Okay, thank you. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot.